What are we doing here? I thought it was going to be Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. But I'm not really feeling that game. I'll be honest with you. I like it, but at the same time, I like it because it's Star Wars and not because it's the Star Wars game I really want to play right now. I brought it back because I want to finish games. I want to push myself to finish games, but at the same time, I kind of have let's say, an obligation to only play games I like, that I'm excited to play, that excite me and are, I don't want to say games that are enjoyable, because you can play a game that's not enjoyable because you're excited to play it. People play horror games, and those aren't always the most enjoyable experiences, right? So, I've decided, hey, let's play a new game. I have been looking at playing this game ever since it was announced. I am a very big fan of weird games. The games like Control, which is a game I definitely want to get back to. Probably I'm going to be going back to that sometime in the near future. But we're going to play The Sinking City. I am interested to see how this goes. Just to see how much of a horror game this is. If it is a horror game, or if it's just... how do I want to put it? Weird. Yeah. Let's just call it weird. So yeah, I'm going to be shaking a few things up with the channel coming up. I'm going to be moving a few games around, mainly. Or, not really mainly. Obviously, I canceled Jedi Fallen Order. Probably going to be canceling Remnant from the Ashes as well. Just due to the fact that I want something more story. And that game has almost zero story, right? So, yeah. Let's get into this, see what's going on, and we're at 90%, so yeah. I will see you, hopefully, on the other end of a cutscene. Cue the cutscene. Come on, you want to cue the cutscene. Any button. What button's the any button? Okay, that was an interesting cutscene. Okay, so what button? Okay, so you have to hold down the button. Okay, that's nice to know. Folding camera. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. Turns out that your assumptions were correct. Assumptions. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours, a city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, the person who might be able to help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes Vanderberg. Okay. Okay, so that's crouch. That's fight. There we go. Items. I have a gun. Did I shoot the guy over here? Oh, and he moved. Oh, hey, bud. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I apologize in advance for... What's the... Okay, climb.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vanderberg, at your service.
You...
I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot, or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought, like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Oh, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Okay, so we got the hotel key. Casebook contains your main case, which reflects your overall story progress. You can work on more than one side case at the same time. Blah 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 blah. I can speak. It's 9 in the morning. Cases contain information about investigations in the form of evidence. Some pieces have blah blah blah, some pieces have blah blah blah. And then it wanted me a map of Grimhaven Bay. And then you got Salvation Harbor. Then you got the Shells. Advent. Reed Heights. Old Grove. Coverside. Is that it? Yeah, I'm at Grimhaven. So, yeah. Why is it telling me to go back over here? I don't know. Under the Neil Bar. Maybe I should go back there. Let's just see what it wants me to do back there. I don't think it wants me to go in here. No.
Now get out!
Is there something I'm missing? Fuck. Skills. Ooh, cool. Oakmont. Okay, so I just gotta find douchebag. Oh, okay. Just kinda getting my bearings with this game. It is very different game. Dude worshipping things, so yeah. If I had gone 5 steps later.
No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, Perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouther-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Mr. Throgmorton,
I'd rather
I can
not
help you. I'm rather good at tracking down
say
innocent people.
that other
Find
option.
Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera, you have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Okay. And that is where we will leave this first episode of The Sinking City off. My name is Too Many Riffs, and if you're enjoying what you're watching, new episodes of this are going to be coming out every second day for hopefully as long as it takes to finish this game or for a while. I will see you in episode 2. You have yourself an awesome day.